And welcome to Flippin' Through the Internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I had 8 people until I started the new introduction video. I do want to give some shout outs. David Sacconi, I'm probably not pronouncing that right, says, and on the cool check-in, it's the new style. So welcome, David. I wonder if you're still around. That was quite a while ago. Demir is here. Hello, Demir. Thank you so much for joining us. U.S. Army Combat Medic. I got to think of a shortened version of that name. Nerd Revoltado de Sega from Brazil. Hey, what's up, man? I used to have all the viewers from Brazil. And then they all left me. Sketchy Works is here. What's up, Sketch? How are you doing today? And Aaron Grimm. Hello, Aaron. Wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for joining. If you guys haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. That helps. It does. You can hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment, and all of that helps. It tells YouTube, hey, this is a good video. You should recommend this channel. And look at, if you also want to support the channel, you can visit patreon.com/flippinthrough. If you do that, I got something for you. If you support me on the Patreon, what's the button? Here we go. I got these beautiful stickers. Not this one. This is a Kyle Bridget sticker. But these ones with the Potter ZB theme. Max Korn was here. And they come in a nice little bag like that. And you can deface other people's property with them. So that's kind of fun. You know, it's a fun thing to do. It helps show people what you are all about. Anyway, and even, I'll tell you, one guy joined my channel for $1, got the stickers, and then dipped out. I ain't mad at you. I'm not. All right. That's part of the deal. So with that, Mark. All right, Mark. Hopefully I can remember your name. Brazil of Love Mad. Excellent. Yeah, Brazil. It seems like Brazil has all kinds of mad fans, which is pretty awesome. Sketch checking in. My 34 issues of Mad, 3 issues of Cracked, 3 issues of Crazy, 2 issues of Freaky, 1 issue of the Harvard Lampoon, and 2 issues of National Lampoon are ready for this stream. Excellent. But are you ready? Are you ready, Sketchy Works? I got a bunch of stuff for this stream. I was thinking starting it off kind of slow and talking about Frank Jacobs. I do have, let me see. Wait a second. If I do, yeah, this is what I want to do. I'm going to take the scroll off. You guys don't want to be looking at that the whole time, I'm sure. Anyway, this is from the Washington Post, and it's all about remembering Frank Jacobs. And I think I remember them doing a write-up on, I forget who. It may have been Mort Drucker, but it was this guy, Michael Kavna. He's a writer, artist, and visual storyteller. I don't know what that means. But I remember the last article he wrote about Mad I enjoyed, so I thought, let's give this a shot. Remembering Frank Jacobs, the poet laureate of Mad Magazine, who inspired comics like Weird Al Yankovic. Is Weird Al a comic? Is that? I don't really know. But here, let's just get into this. When Weird Al was about... This is about Frank Jacobs. How are you going to start with Weird Al? When Weird Al was about 12, he discovered the man known as the Poet Laureate of Mad Magazine, or, in the publication's affectionately self-deprecating language, the Poet Laureate. That man was writer Frank Jacobs, an endlessly inventive satirist and song parodist who contributed hundreds of setups to Mad across 6 decades. Here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Anyway, I absolutely devoured every issue, and Frank Jacobs was a big reason for that obsession, Weird Al told the Washington Post on Tuesday. I can't swear that Frank's work was my first ever exposure to the art form of parody, it couldn't have been. Alan Sherman existed after all, and he was like a huge, I mean, he was Weird Al before Weird Al. So, but it was definitely the first time I had seen the craft approached with that much skill, wit, and attention to detail. Frank laid out the template for me, and he irrevocably changed my DNA. Jacobs, who died Monday, entertained and influenced generations as he set the standard in satire and parody, Mad said in its announcement. I love this photo. Like, I don't know, they're at some party. It looks like they're in somebody's basement. You know, in the Midwest basements are filled with this like awful wood paneling. And so that sort of reminds me, like, they're in somebody's basement. He's stacking bottles like that. And then that expression on his face, I don't know, that just cracks me up. He was best known for cutting lyrics set to standards from the Great American Songbook, including such tuneful spoofs of East Side Story, Florence of Arabia, and Keep on Trekkin'. The East Side Story one, that was in an issue that I did recently, that I flipped through quite recently. And it was good. Don't get me wrong. I don't totally get why so many people mention that one. That's one that comes up a lot when people are talking, I guess because it's such a well-known musical. But I don't know. I guess we go with the things that meant something to us, and West Side Story, though I enjoy it, is not that significant to me. Now, this is the best part. I guess this probably has something to do with it. Music publishers and named plaintiff Irving Berlin sued Mad over a 1961 special edition that featured more than 50 parody lyrics to songs such as Berlin's A Pretty Girl Is Like a Melody, which Jacobs turned into Luella Schwartz Describes Her Malady. In 1964, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit ruled in Mad's favor, with Circuit Court Judge Irving Kaufman writing his decision. We doubt that even so eminent a composer as plaintiff Irving Berlin should be permitted to claim a property interest in iambic pentameter. Dang, that judge was flexing a little bit. I mean, Jacobs began writing in 1957, crafting early pieces such as Why I Left the Army and Became a Civilian, which humorously contrasted the discipline of military life with the demands of being an everyday married commuter. He also spoofed cartoons with works such as obituaries for comic strip characters and If the Characters in Peanuts Aged Like Ordinary People. I think I remember that one. I think that too was one in the in an issue that I did kind of recently. Dalton Vaughn, hello to you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Speaking of Dalton Vaughn, I did get my issue of Freaky, and I'm going to be going through that later. But he has the back cover illustration on that, and I think a bunch of stuff throughout it. Casey Ori, ahoy, Casey. R.E.P. Frank Jacobs for sure. What is really amazing to me today is that there are still people who can sing all the words to some of his parodies, says his son, Alex Jacobs. Jacobs could deliver almost any type of satire in the magazines, including fill-in-the-blank news stories, era-mocking greeting cards, some of my favorite things that he did, aside from the poems, and birth announcements, and rhyming guides to sports and advertising. The breadth of his writing was breathtaking. Former Mad editor John Ficarra said he wrote virtually every formatted article, and he perfected the what-if premise article. Ficarra joined Mad in 1980 and was impressed from the get-go. One of Ficarra's first story conferences, Jacobs pitched about 5 ideas. All were greenlit, a remarkable batting average at the magazine. If Mad were the Yankees, he says, Jacobs was like watching Babe Ruth. Frank was so damned clever, Ficarra says. It was a real master class to hear him talk about the craft. Now, this is something I was at in Kyle Bridget's live stream. By in it, I mean in the chat. just shouting at him. And I brought up Frank Jacobs passing away, and he brought up as something kind of worth noting, which is the writers are kind of hidden, especially, he started in, I don't know, when did it say he started? In the 60s or something? In 1957. So he started in 1957 at Mad. And in Mad, in those early days, they wouldn't even credit the writer a lot of the times. And even still, like, unless you're somebody like Frank Jacobs, who gets married to something like the song parodies, it's hard to distinguish somebody's a comedy writer's writing from a different comedy writer's writing when it's on the page. And so a lot of times writers don't get the same credit that artists do, because even somebody like Bob Clark or George Woodbridge, you can spot their artwork. If you have like a keen eye, if you read enough Mad, you're going to be able to spot them. And they don't have as distinct a style as somebody like my man Paul Coker Jr. So I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting to consider, especially with Frank Jacobs, since, I mean, he is so incredibly well known. Here, let me go back to web browser. There we go. Frank had a very good imagination, Jeff. He said he was intelligent and well-read, and he kind of looked at everything going in with disbelief. And as a colleague, the sports-loving Jacobs could be lovably particular and gracious in the same moment, Ficarra said, recounting that editor Nick Meglin posted a sign in the New York offices that read, "Frank is the odd couple." Jacobs, who was born in Lincoln, Nebraska, moved to New York in the mid-50s after serving in the Army and heartily embraced the home city of the fledgling magazine. He received the Bill Finger Award for Excellence in Comic Book Writing in 2009. I didn't even know the Bill Finger Award was, if you don't know, Bill Finger was the writer of Batman. I think it's pretty fair to say he's the undercredited writer of Batman. Bob, was it Bill Finger, and I forget the artist. Why can't I remember his name? But the artist got almost all of the credit for Batman and a lot of the characters, even though it was really Bill Finger who did a lot of the heavy lifting. We'll put it that way. Yankovic wrote the foreword for Jacobs' 2015 collection, Mad's Greatest Writers, Frank Jacobs, 5 Decades of His Greatest Works, in which he recalls once attending a San Diego Comic-Con panel spotlighting Jacobs. Honestly, considering Mr. Jacobs' considerable impact and influence on the world of comedy, I thought I would be part of a rabid, sweaty, standing room only crowd packed in a huge auditorium, Yankovic wrote. I was genuinely surprised to find that his panel was actually held in a small classroom with maybe a dozen rabid, sweaty people in attendance. It was quite the intimate setting. Once in a while, Frank would make a comment about the parody business and then turn my way and knowingly mutter, "You know what I'm talking about, Al." It was actually pretty awesome. Now, I would say that Frank Jacobs is my favorite Mad writer. I love almost everybody at Mad Magazine, but he is somebody that, I don't know. I like his writing so much more than anybody else's. My favorite being, I hope it was him. I'm going to feel foolish if I'm misremembering who wrote this, but it was a parody of the Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Coleridge. And it was, he wrote it, and it was about a surfer, and Don Martin illustrated it. And I don't know, I just really like that. But I think that has to do more with the fact that I have fond memories of that poem associated with my father. So maybe that's it. I'll blur it out. I'll blur it out, man. I don't know what to say. Do you know if the writers and artists were paid a salary, or per piece that is published? I don't know. I think that's a really good question, because I know some of those guys were like in the offices. I think there was like a bullpen at Mad Magazine, and they would be like, there was artists on staff and writers on staff, but then there were people who were hired out for work, like Basil Wolverton. He lived on the West Coast, and he would just like draw stuff, send it in. So yeah, I don't know. Hunt Emerson has a full graphic novel of The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. I'm going to check that out. I wonder if it would be the way I imagine it. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, welcome, Little Cozy Nostril. Little Cozy Nostril is Kyle Bridget's YouTube channel. Make sure you check that out. He does live streams 3 days a week. It's insane. It's late at night and all that. Oh, Mark, I'm just seeing this one. Joining Patreon tomorrow. Won't bow out after I get the stickers. You're a stand-up guy. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I did. I already sent you some stickers, oddly enough. I threw a bag of stickers in that book I sent you. Well, I should say that in my last listen, I'm not gonna Geminity Cricket this. I can't unsee this now, man. Like, you're really screwing this whole thing up. I have this in my last mail call. Bradford Smith gave me this book and then another one. And I said, if you guys are interested, I already have a copy of this, but I want to pay Bradford's kindness forward. So if you need this, just I don't know, you got to hit me up on like what am I trying to say? Instagram, DM me on Instagram, on Twitter, join the Facebook group, and I'll send this to you. Somebody asked for it, and I said DM me, and they never DM'd me, so it's up for grabs still. But yeah, I don't need that stuff cluttering up my area. I do want to say this, actually. I'm going to go to the Facebook group. I want to plug that. Before I want to talk about Frank Jacobs just a little bit more. Let me see. So here I'm going to hide that. This is the Facebook group for Flippin' Through. It's facebook.com/groups/Flippin' Through. And if you join this, that's my stream happening right now. I post stuff on here, but also what I would like is anybody who watches the channel, you can feel free to post stuff on here too. There might be things that you think, hey, you should cover this in Mad News. You could post it there. Or, hey, other people who like this channel might get a kick out of it. You could post it there. As long as it has to do with Mad Magazine, even like tangentially, go ahead and post it. All right. Anyway, One Piece. Never read it. Never read One Piece manga. Have never even seen the show. I will say this, though. Oh, yeah. I found this. We have Desmond Devlin. Right now, holy smokes. We got one person watching on Twitch, 11 people watching on YouTube. If you haven't, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, dudes. That'd be pretty cool. Anyway, Desmond Devlin is a mad writer. He's, you know that, of course, but he's been working for the past few years a lot with Tom Richmond. They actually have a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo that's still in demand, I believe, with some new movie parodies. But he's written all sorts of things. Some things like what was it? The Goofus and Gallant parody. It was called like I forget the names. It's like Melvin and Jenkins. He wrote that. But anyway, I thought his perspective was kind of interesting, being a pretty well-known Mad Magazine writer as well. Sketch Therapy, what's up, man? Thank you so much for hitting that thumbs up, dude. I appreciate that. I was privileged to share 2 bylines with Mr. Frank Jacobs. They were Disney-fied versions of adult films in 1997 and Mad's deck of Least Wanted Americans in 2003. The first one was especially meaningful to me. I'd written a full article with Disney-style versions of Pulp Fiction, Silence of the Lambs, and the John Wayne Bobbitt uncut porno movie, including several Disney song parodies. And here's something else. This is why that Frank Jacobs lawsuit is important, because if you think about Disney doing a Disney song parody about a John Wayne Bobbitt porno movie, if you think that Disney enjoys people associating their properties with things like that, you are mistaken. But that lawsuit that Frank Jacobs was in is, that's incredibly important because he won it. And the court said, like, no, get over it, bro. That's allowed. Anyway, the editors called me and asked if it would be okay if they had Frank go over the lyrics and make some improvements. Oh, gee, let me think. To a comedy writer, that's like having Michelangelo do some touch-up work on your statue. Now, I am curious about this because I think I'm a relatively humble person. Hopefully nobody that knows me is watching this, but even the idea of somebody that I respect a great deal, like it's sometimes it's hard not to be defensive, right? Like even if it's somebody like Frank Jacobs, I don't know. That's me, right? That's my own stuff. Seeing what he replaced, what he adjusted, and what he left alone was a tutorial. Everything he did was an upgrade, and it was a thrill when he kept one of my rhymes or adapted one of my lyrical ideas. Here's an example. For those who don't remember junk celebrity John Wayne Bobbitt, he was the abusive husband who made the news when his wife severed his penis and carried it away. Ultimately, it was found, surgically reattached, and he starred in a pornographic movie for curious gawkers to enjoy. I believe this some extra information. I believe what had happened was she was driving with it and she like pitched it out the window. If I recall, God, stop, bro. If I recall correctly, she threw that out a window of a moving vehicle. So, for the penis slicing scene, I turned the Disney song of Zippity Doo Dah into Snippity Ooh Ah, Snippity A. Frank kept that, but changed the follow-up lines to I ye ye, not to mention oy vey. That made it 10 times funnier. Here's another small but huge. Did you do that on purpose, Desmond? Here's another small but huge demonstration of his wit and talent. Recently, I happened to reread My Fair Laddie, a women's lib version of My Fair Lady that Frank wrote in 1974. You're probably familiar with the lyric from Alan J. Lerner that goes, "The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. 4 rhymes in 10 iambic syllables." That's good. Then came Frank. He took that line and turned it into, "No man can ban the plan Friedan began." 10 iambic syllables with 6 rhymes, and in humorous context, just amazing. And 2 micro examples in a career of thousands and thousands and thousands of them. While it's common to pigeonhole Frank Jacobs as Mad's poet laureate, it's also a mistake. Frank's niche was everything. He wrote about politics, about cars. He wrote about Christmas and dictionaries and sports and history and food and obituaries and family and comic strips and greeting cards and travel and newspapers and showbiz and the Bible and strange change, social change and stamps. And also dozens of TV and movie parodies from the Kennedy Khrushchev UN Rumble and East Side Story to Star Black Deep Space Swine. See, that's the other East Side Story reference. And about 15 Mad books and paperbacks, and the Bill Gaines biography. Yes, quite a few things also that rhymed. On Doug Guilford's Mad Cover site, to get to the bottom of Frank's list of work, you have to scroll down 25 screens worth of entries in the years when Mad was doing 8 issues a year, or a little under 400 pages of material. Frank once wrote 60 pages of the year's output. That's insane. He had 3 or more articles in a single issue 68 times. You have to be eclectic to get to do that. There's only one Frank Jacobs, but he made it feel like there were more. And he goes on to show some really good examples of Frank Jacobs' work. Anyway, I just wanted to start off with that, just to, show some respect for Frank Jacobs, put some respect on his name. I'm sorry, I'm so disgusting. I'm just burping like crazy. Anyway, now getting into some of this stuff. So I got a bunch of things in the mail. I think I'm going to start with Freaky. I did get a message from a patron who is like, yo, dude. Oh, wait. Speaking of yo, dude, I forgot to say, give a shout out to the patrons. Here, let me do that. First off, if you want to support this channel, like, subscribe, and comment, or visit patreon.com/flippingthrough. But I have to say a special thank you to Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Ed Meisinger, Doug Guilford, Rob Wilson, Rod Meadsbury, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Kyle Bridget. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope I can keep earning it. With that, let's get this ugly thing off the screen. Yeah, man, look, I got this, right? I got this in the mail, signed by Aragones. I can't even get cover price for it anymore. It's down to $2.50 in value, not $3. Anyway, I've not even seen the new Freaky yet. That's because you're in Canada, man, and you get no respect there. It takes forever for you guys to get stuff. It's insane. It's like, it's not that hard, right? It's just like, is it? I'll ask the Postal Service what their problem is. Anyway, I got my Freaky, and I got, I support their Patreon. And so I got a bunch of stuff. One, I got another one of these awesome foam fingers. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's not too late if you want to get one of these. At that $25 level or $20 level, you get a lot of stuff. He makes it worth your while. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to tell. Anyway, so here's the brand new issue of Freaky. But look at, I also got a bunch of other stuff. Like I said, I got that, but I got this too. I got this beautiful felt eyeball, right? Which I think might be painted with like glow in the dark stuff. But I have no idea what this is. I think I have to hit up Andrew Goldfarb and ask him what this is. But then I got some original artwork from Andrew Goldfarb. If you read us your book, we'll trade you Who Has a Crush on You. Yes, a crush revealed for a drip of morphological meanings. So yeah, look at that. It's beautiful artwork by Andrew Goldfarb. And because he is a thrifty, he's a thrifty fella. Look at, I get 2 sides to it. But here's the thing. This is unpublished. So I don't know, because I was like, I want to find out what this is from, but it has not made an appearance in Freaky yet. He sent me a felt Satan. Okay, sweet. But here's the thing is, I was like, look, it says something like litho sun. And I was like, was this part of it? Like, did he take a photo of it and then superimpose this eyeball sun right there? That's what I like to think. I don't know. I might have to just keep believing that. And here's something else. I got this envelope with some beautiful, oh, what are the god chances of that? Some nice freaky buttons, man. This is going to go great. Put that on the lapel of my coat. Flipping one box of Mad. I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, yeah, so this is some pretty good stuff. I'm pretty happy with that. I love getting that original artwork. I've now accumulated a collection of original artwork. Kyle Bridget hooked it up. I got my Bob Clark original now. Now I got an Andrew Goldfarb one. It's feeling pretty good. Let's zoom in a little bit. Now I'm probably not gonna like go and like really read through this whole thing. I want to do like really a brief flip through, because one, go buy this, man. Like, go freaking buy a copy of this, because it's worth it. It's $5. All right. And I'll tell you, what does a comic cost these days? Like $4? I don't know. I would say that it's worth it. I would 100% say it's worth it. And it's printed on that beautiful newsprint. Take 5, baby. Spring, summer 2021. Does that mean we get summer, fall, winter? Are we going to get 4 issues? I hope so. This is, I don't know what this is from, like who created this, but I love this. Oh, E.F. Kohler did. The 100-piece toy hippie set made of biodegradable resin, each with its own dashiki. Each stash box, I love this, each stash box contains 4 VW vans, 4 VW Beetles, 5 bongs, 2 sheets of acid, 4 old school buses, 8 headscarves, 12 joints, 8 peace signs, 20 hippies, 4 love beats, 4 tie-dyed shirts, 6 Zap comics, 4 protest signs, 4 vials of patchouli oil, 7 headbands, and 7 pieces Native American jewelry. A pretty awesome take on the what do you call it? Like the army men, because the army men would come in a neat little chest that looked kind of like an army vehicle, I think. I got to say, I do like the table of contents, reminiscent of Mad Magazine, right? I think that's pretty fair to say. We have all that Instagram stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah, I have a pretty cool life, I think. I'm feeling pretty grateful recently. Here we have living with pests. Now, this is like another thing that I really like about it, is that he's continuing on stuff like, oh, there we go. Now it's focused. How Mad and Cracked had like the little introduction thing, right? So we have the Alfred E. Newman / Sylvester P. Smythe guy. I forget his name. Freddie Freaknik, that's his name. But then he gives like a little introduction. Hey, freaky readers, welcome to our 5th freaking issue. It's good to be back in 2 dimensions on the printed page. The real world has been a little hairy lately, but we all got to get along. Whatever you got, 2 legs, 4, or 8, we're all living with pests. And who did this? Words and Pictures by Brandon Hicks, former Mad artist and writer. I don't know. That's the other thing that I really like about this, is that you'll notice as you go through here, there are a fair amount of Mad artists and writers that are reappearing in Freaky. Sequential dioramas. This is another thing that I really enjoy about it, is like this sort of experimental stuff where it's, like photographs with illustrations on top of them. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Some nice silent humor. Is that what you would call it? Did you say that you got what I sent you in the mail? Uh-uh. No, I didn't get anything from you. Wait, are you mailing out? Are you fulfilling the freaky stuff? Hey, did you get what I sent you in the mail? How about that, huh? Um, have I seen the Mad movie? I haven't, actually. I have the poster for it. I have a vintage Mad movie poster. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna frame it and hang it up or anything, but yeah, I've not seen the movie. Pantomime? Is that what I mean? Wait, pantomime. No, I feel like pantomime is you wouldn't call pantomime something that's drawn. I don't think. I think pantomime is more of a physical. That's like a verb, right? Um, yeah, up the academy. I love fulfillment. I like being fulfilled too. No, I sent you something, and yes, I had those. That one of those mad idiots designed. uh, no, bro, I didn't. I did have not received anything. Hopefully, yeah, DM me, because if you sent it a while ago, that's I'll start panicking. Um, anyway, so this is one of my favorite things, which is the internet accurate monsters. Wait, acronym acronym monsters. I can't pronounce that. I think written the joke works better than when you try to say it out loud. And so it's like I like Paul Coker did these, right? Like the cliches, the horrifying cliches, where he would say something like I don't know, he would just take like idioms and then draw like a literal interpretation of it. But this is that with the internet acronyms, like FOMO, my man FOMO here. Listen, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, okay? But Andrew, if you're watching, I really want FOMO. All right? And I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Hang on. I just got to check my email real quick. Wait, I'm getting a text. Outrageous. I'm so there. I'm so where? I'm so not there. I'll check her feed. Feed me. You may have noticed that I have no legs. That's because I never actually go anywhere, even though I am indeed a terrible fear of missing out. WCG? WCG? WCGW? What could go wrong? One thing I like about this is that it's like I think about, you get things like people have taken these jokes before, where they take the acronyms or initialisms for internet text speak, and what they'll do is they'll just change the meaning of it. And what I like about this is that he doesn't do it. It is exactly what it is, right? Like, hit me up. Your mileage may vary. Today I fucked up. Hold my feeding tube. I don't know that I've ever actually heard that one. But he doesn't change them. It's exactly what they mean, and he does his own comedic take on it. So I really like that. I love these illustrations too. Andrew Goldfarb is a national treasure. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like, a cross between horrifying cliches and Basil Wolverton. Absolutely. I think that's a fair, pretty fair assessment of it. Yeah. I think we should do a watch party of the movie. I don't know how that works, if I'm being for real. Because I don't even know is it available online even? Not sure how long it'll last, but I love the format. It's fun, man. And this is the 5th issue. I'll give a little information about it. All right. Yeah, I'll give some information in a little bit. Oh, hold on. I got to do something. All right. Marinix Marauders. All right, all you turkey necks, you pinheads, you pencil-necked geeks, it's time to get wrestling with the orneriest cadre of kooks this side of Washington, D.C. From Darren King, Marinick, Rogue Gallery of the Wild and Wanton. Yeah, so this is like, this dude's style is so cool. It's like, Ed Roth style. I don't know. It's like kind of, yeah, I guess Ed Roth style, right? Like, do I have to say anything else? Yeah, Dalton Vaughn is, Dalton Vaughn is running the Instagram, the Freaky Magazine Instagram. So Mark, if you are on Instagram, check that out. And they've been posting a lot of stuff from this. All right. And I think they also have a link to the Patreon, which is where you get the magazine, right? So this is another one, Mosquito and Spider. Mosquito and Spider is like an ongoing thing. This has been in, I believe, every single issue of Freaky. And look at this, it's our old friend, Kyle C. Bridget in Silent But Deadly. It's a delight. I'm just gonna skip over this because you're gonna have to buy it to read that. And also look at that. It's a little racy. So it's a good combination of the sort of experimental stuff and then traditional humor magazine stuff that you'll look where it'll be like, it's more polished, right? Like you get people like Dalton Vaughn, like Kyle Bridget, like this Marinick guy, and where it is that more polished professional style. And then you get these guys that it's like kind of outlaw cartooning or just like more like sort of visceral art style. And then like this is just sort of like this little horror story that's been going on for the past, the 2 issues previous. And it's just like this cool monster story. So it's a neat mix of things. So yeah, I don't know. I like it because it's high quality and it's experimental. Here, Freaky takes a walk in the park. Look at that. It's like a Where's Waldo. It's Where's Waldo, a la Andrew Goldfarb, the slow poisoner. Right? Oh yeah, he is the one who did that. Gloomdig by Jonathan Borodinowski. I don't know this guy. Chicks only dig me for my schnoz. If it feels good, squeeze it. Oh, he's got both ends going. Now, here's the thing right here. This is like one of the harder things to do, at least in my estimation, which is to do photo captions that are actually funny. Now, I'm not going to read these now because I don't want to if it doesn't land, I feel like kind of rude. But in the past, the photo captions that they've done in this have been very good. I've enjoyed them quite a bit. And of course, look at that. Medieval prisoners. You got the hang-ups, right? Like, isn't that like in Cracked, it was the hang-ups. In Mad, it was, I don't know, Duck Edwing would do that type of thing with the people hanging like that. I mean, it's just like, it's perfect. The Subterrestrial Society is a very good one. This one is like, this one is like poetry mixed with, I don't know I just like it. It's one of my favorite features is the Subterrestrial Society. Ivan Elhers, I believe he was a Mad guy. I know I follow him, right, on Instagram and Twitter. And this is another Mad Magazine guy that has been recruited. Ivan's Terribles. I told you not to let him buy you a drink. God. This one makes me feel dirty. No, I will not give you an itemized receipt. Wait, did you wash your hands? These are very good. They're disturbing. I got to turn the page. Dr. Lobotomos, frightful funnies. Who is this? Geo Airling. I don't know this guy either, but I like this style. This is the last of our freaky stories for this issue, dear readers. Two warring factions, both convinced of their own righteousness, but ultimately just a bunch of bird brains and poopy heads. But there's no place like home, no matter how foul. That's what I always say. Thanks for sniffing these 60 inky pages with me, folks. I hope your corner of the world is no more crazy than you want it to be. And if it gets to be too much malarkey, then freak out, friends. I don't know where he's finding these pictures, but these are lovely. To see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wildflower, to hold infinity in the lips of your mouth, and eternity in a cold sore. That's awesome. Oh, dang. Here we go. This is a new feature. Flippers. Uh-oh. I'm getting some ink on my fingies. That's all right. Instructions. Bend this page on the dotted line. Fold the third column over the second column. Line the two punch lines. Okay, here, let's figure this out. You see, I'm not above folding Freaky Magazine. Enter. Proctologist and necessary procedures. No ifs, ands, or buts. Oh, that's fun. Now, here's the other thing. Here's the other very fun. Oh, dude, I love this. Look at it. It's Al Jaffe saying, rip off. Who is this? Who did these? Brandon Hicks. Wonderful. I like these, Brandon. Brandon Hicks. Brandon Hicks is doing some awesome stuff on Instagram. He does soakers, which I don't know, sounds kind of weird. Sounds kind of dirty. Ivan Ehlers wasn't mad. Yup. Also, Hurricane Ivan. Oh, he survived Hurricane Ivan. Another mad artist makes a debut this issue. Is that Brandon Hicks? Now, this is the other thing that I cannot show you, really. But this is their fold-in. This is their, it's their fold-in, basically. But anyway, it's the see-through. So you hold it up, and in this space, there will be something revealed. When you hold it up to the light, it shines through. Can anybody submit to Freaky? I believe so. I'll tell you what, though. Noah Van Sciver, he said he submitted some stuff and it didn't make the cut this issue. So Noah Van Sciver's, getting put on the wait list. What's that tell you? But yeah, Sketchy Works, I would say 100% submit. Hit up, look at that. Freak us out. freaky@theslowpoisoner.com. Send an email. Just ask him. He's awesome. He's been on the show. Oh, look at this. Even better. Should be able to submit to Freaky. Just email andrew@theslowpoisoner.com. There we go. And then they have like the letter pages, then some funny pages. I'm just going to kind of rip through the rest of this, and then where you can get it. And here we go. Dalton Vaughn, here's to another Freaky here. Now, this is what I love about this, right? Is that this is my favorite part. The murder hornets. Dalton didn't forget. He didn't forget. Sure, we had coronavirus, right? Sure, we had riots in the streets of my hometown. Yeah, nobody's going to forget that. Know what almost everybody forgot about? Freaking murder hornets, man. He was the pictured reader. Who was? Oh, look at. That's his son. No, that's not his son. Oh, cute. Look at that. Felix Bridget from Halifax, Nova Scotia. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of my kids with that middle finger. They don't know what it is, though. I just told them, I said, it's a rude gesture and you shouldn't do it. And I haven't seen them doing it yet. Anyway, I do want to show. Here, let me see if I can get to. Oh, here, I'll go like that. Here we go. I think this is it. Copy. So if you guys are interested, patreon.com/freaky. That's where you go. So you get, there's like 5 levels. Holy smokes. This is much different. Whoa, hold on. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. $1, you get eternal thanks. $2, eternal thanks, naturally. Access to the Patreon feed. You can discuss things directly with him. $5 a month, eternal thanks. Access to the feed. Choose a subject you'd like me to make a video about. Anime related, of course. Wait, am I on the... Oh, this isn't the right thing. I'm not on the right one. Is it Freaky Magazine? Hold on, I gotta... Oh my gosh. All right. What an idiot. Yeah. All right, I found it. Hold on. New incognito window. Hold on, guys. I gotta do incognito so it doesn't actually like otherwise it'll like show what I see and you're not interested in what I see. Here we go. All right, this is the real one. I gotta like, can I delete this? No, I can't. All right, so $7. Yeah, I'm not even showing you the thing anymore. There we go. $7. You will receive a printed paper copy of each issue in the mail when it's published, between 1 and 3 times a year. Hopefully, he's gonna bump it up like more than once a year, right? Obviously. Yeah, don't support the weebs, okay, guys? I mean, let's just, what they're doing, let them keep to themselves. We don't bother them, they don't bother us. All right. Here's the overseas. You don't need, if you're in the US, $7. If you're in Canada, I think you're overseas. Sorry, guys. Then $25, you get a printed paper copy of each issue in the mail when it's published, and then a piece of original comic artwork. So yeah, check it out. That second one is the one you want, not that not that first one. Oh my gosh. Anyway, hey, what's up? I'm maintaining like pretty good viewership, guys. I'm pretty excited about that. Man, I did get a lot of this ink on my fingies, though. I gotta make sure I wipe this off because I'm going to be looking at some other things today. I do want to do like a quick review of Noah Van Sciver's. I know a weeb in high school. She's the only sane weeb I know. I don't know. Do they mind being called weebs? I called my niece a weeb. I don't know if that was an insult. Which is better, Mad TV or Cartoon Network's Mad TV series? I don't know. I liked Mad TV because that's what I grew up watching. I think that Cartoon Network one has a lot of really cool things about it. I didn't watch it a lot, but I know a lot of people that really enjoy it. So I'll say that. We're an hour in. Holy smokes. I didn't even get to like half the things I wanted to get to yet. I will say this. If you have not already, hit that thumbs up button. That would be pretty cool. That'd be cool of you. I'd appreciate that, I think. Right now, what do we got? We got 6 thumbs up. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. I'm not mad at you. Anyway, I did want to look at this. I just got this in the mail very recently. And this is Noah Van Sciver's new book. Boring. $10, I think. He has, I don't know what his website is, but it has 2 stories in it. And Noah Van Sciver's like super talented. So you get some awesome sort of autobiographical work with him, just a day in his life. It's black and white, which I think I like him in color more. I was reading Fonte Bukowski, and I think the way that he has he uses colors is just better. I don't know. There's when we were doing the live flip through of the newest issue of Mad, or maybe that was 2 issues ago. I don't know, but it was the one with Sergio Aragonés, or no, the Spy versus Spy one, and they colored a bunch of his work. And one of the things that stands out is like his work doesn't need to be colored. It's sort of distracting from it. So yeah, I don't know. I like when he has color. I'm not sure that, I mean, it's good. I enjoyed it, but I just like the color stuff more than the black and white. I love when Noah uses 2 or 3 colors with no blacks. Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. This is like a recurring character. I forget. I think it was he also put out the Please Don't Step on My Jinko Jeans. And there was this cat, but the cat was speaking French. And so I don't know. It was kind of fun to see him reappear. But the better of the 2 stories, I must say, I mean, I don't have to say, but I'm choosing to say, is this one, My Own Jurassic Park, story of his childhood in New Jersey and just making a little Jurassic Park in like a wooded area near his house. And he was like, I don't know. It was just really cool. It was just a fun little story about being a kid. And it was, I don't know. I kind of related to it. Not so much his part, but kind of the bully part I related to a little bit more. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud, but too late. I already did. So yeah, I would say $10. It's worth it. I don't know. I like it. And I like these sort of little ash can size comics. I think they're pretty cool. Boom. You know, it doesn't come like all, listen, I got a problem, right? Like Goldfarb, Andrew Goldfarb was kind of talking about like Freaky. I bag and board the Freaky magazines I get. That's my collector mentality. All right. I cannot help it. All right. That's just what I do. Anyway, so I have a few other things I wanted to kind of go over or go through. Let's see. I don't know. I think I'm going to wait. Let's go to overhead. If I ran out of time, I was going to talk about this Jeff Johns' new comic book, but I'm not going to run out of time. If I ran out of material, I was going to talk about that, but I'm not going to run out of material. I'm going to run out of time. I'm probably not even going to get to everything. But I have this stack of stuff. I was talking to, what's his face? Kyle Bridget. He was like, I was in the chat of his live stream and he was like, hey, when are you going to do a live stream? Because you keep getting all this stuff and you keep saying that you're going to go over it in a live stream, but then you don't do live stream. So I'm going to try to get on that and kind of, I don't know, do these sort of like live flip throughs a little bit more often. But anyway, I have two things. One, I just grabbed a random issue of Cracked that I got. And then I have these. I kind of want to go through one of these. So I think I will go through one of these first, probably. I'm just going to sort of talk about Panic a little bit. But if you have a choice, there's number 4 and number 7. Maybe I'll switch them so that they're in numeric order. 4 and 7. Anyway, so Panic was a ripoff of Mad. It was a ripoff of Mad by the company that made Mad Magazine. I've done zero research into it. I read like a Wikipedia entry or something. I don't know what I read, but like I know very little about it. I'm going to stumble my way through, and hopefully people in the chat can correct me when I am incorrect. So Mad had been around for a little while at the point when these came out. And Al Feldstein, later Mad editor, I believe editor, maybe, yeah. He was put in charge of this. So Al Feldstein was running Panicked. Harvey Kurtzman was running Mad Magazine. And this pissed off Harvey Kurtzman. He was like, what? Like, it's, I think it eventually is, I think it started the beef with Feldstein, right? Because when they shifted over to magazine, Gaines kept Feldstein on, I think. This is where I'm getting into dangerous territory because I don't really know what I'm talking about. But Harvey eventually left Mad Magazine after it became a magazine, and Feldstein sort of took over the reins of that. And so you rip off themselves. Yeah, that's basically what it was. And Kurtzman had a quote where he was like, Gaines in his infinite wisdom decided to, double his money by making a Mad ripoff, because there were a lot of Mad ripoffs. And he's like, well, we may as well make money off of Mad ripoffs. And part of it was, I think they show it where this is, like I'm pointing to it, but it says it right here. Here we go. Melvina. So which twin has the phony? Melvina on the right has the phony because Irvina on the left has Panic, the only authorized imitation of Mad. So this was a whole thing, right? There were many imitators of Mad Magazine because it was wildly popular, like everything EC was putting out, right? Isn't that, I mean, if you look at the quality between EC Comics and the rest, EC is just, it's unbelievable. The quality that they had, it just surpassed things that National Comics was doing. And what was the predecessor to Marvel? It was called something else. If anyone is considering picking up the 2-volume EC Archives Panic collection, you should know that it's been digitally colored on glossy paper, and it looks like shit. That is good to know. Panic was slightly more controversial than Mad. Is that true, though? Because I was kind of going through these. I couldn't resist going through these a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I had made a video about this like over a year ago when it was announced. Has there been news about it? I talked pretty in depth. I think I did a live stream and talked about it too. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it'll work. If you have any new information, hey, put it on the Facebook group. That way it'll get to me, and then I'll have it in a place where I won't lose it. Panic number 1 almost got the EC offices raided and almost got Gaines arrested. Well, what's number 1? Let's see. Oh, yeah. So Panic number 1 was there were a few things that were, I know that, a lot of the busybodies were upset about this because they did there was something about the night before Christmas, and they did some screwed up, it probably wasn't. It was probably very mild. I haven't read it, but it was probably a pretty mild take on the night before Christmas. But they were making fun of it. And as you point out, yeah, sacrilegious depictions, which is humorous, right? Sacrilegious depictions of Santa. Santa isn't a religious icon. He is extra religious, right? It was, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's bizarre, but yeah, good point. So here we go. Now these are in pretty rough shape, but boy, oh boy, do I cherish them. I have to be careful. I don't want to lose pieces, but also this is kind of bugging me, right? Jeez. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Boom. Very good. All right. So this is no magazine. This is Panic. And of course, humor in a varicose vein, taking off on Mad's humor in a jugular vein, reusing the Basil Wolverton artwork. I wonder if Basil got paid for that. Oh, some people are going to teach me new things. I think the controversy is more about when Panic was released. Seduction of the Innocent was released that same year. Yeah. Seduction of the Innocent. Werner Herzog's first book. No, Frederick Wertham. That's who. Frederick Wertham's Seduction of the Innocent. Has anybody ever read that? All they did was put "Just Divorced" sign in the back of Santa's sleigh. So hardcore Christians and Catholics view Santa as a religious figure. I don't listen, I was raised Catholic, and I've never, obviously I was raised to believe in Santa, right? As most children are, secular and religious, but I never recall him being viewed as any type of religious figure. About as religious as, Valentine's Day, which is not really. I read it years ago. Yeah, I want to read it, but I don't know how badly I want to read it. So, yeah, let's just get into this. They would do this. Very smart. They put the the ad for Mad right in the front, and I think the other issue that I had that as well. And this is, I think, the other thing that sort of pissed off Kurtzman, and that's that he would, Feldstein was taking his methods, not only his methods for humor writing, but then also he was taking the talent. So he would, imagine trying to put out a comic book, and it's hey, we want you to, hey, get Bill Elder. We want you on issue, 7 of Mad Comic. He's yeah, I just have to finish Smitty. And he's like, Smitty? What are you talking about, Smitty? I don't care about Smitty. I want you on Starchy, bro. So yeah, I imagine that would be, yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't disagree. I disagree with them. All right. I'll say that. I just disagree with these, that anybody would think of Santa as a religious figure. Yeah. That looks so much better than the EC Archives reprints. That's sad. I mean, I guess these pages are pretty white. They're obviously, it's really beat up, but these are not. I have issues from the 70s Marvel stuff. I got really into John Carter. So I got all the Warlord of Mars from Marvel, all those back issues. And a lot of those are like really yellowed. These are not bad. It's just the cover is just totally screwed up. And so this is like, there's all sorts of like funny things in these, like this, where it says used blades on the back of the baby carriage. And that is like, I remember I've lived in old houses a lot, and there would be inside the mirror, it would say used blades. And after you were done shaving with a razor blade, you would take it out and you just drop it into this slot in the medicine cabinet, and it would just go like into the wall. And so, yeah, so it's like that's sort of one of those jokes that maybe will be lost to time eventually. But I guess I think it's funny. I don't know why. But this, I really like this illustration right here. Well, a few things. One, I just noticed this man in the water. Like it almost looks like some type of like collage. Like he cut that out and pasted it. And then there he is in the cup. I don't know. I really like how that's drawn. I don't know, man. There's some artists in here. Is that impressive, or am I a rube for being impressed by that? And I said, am I a rube for being impressed by that? Not am I a rube? Okay. Got the band Mad Magazine middle finger issue for $3. Damn. Yeah, I got they had this weird promo for subscriptions, and it was they gave me a copy of that from the vault because it got pulled from the newsstand, so they had a bunch of them. And as a promo, if you got a subscription, this is it's like several years ago, like probably a decade ago at this point, you would get an issue of that. And so I have mine framed. It's a lovely issue. The perspective is kind of weak. All right, so I'm a rube. Look at this one. Look at this humor. I'm coming to understand that what I find impressive about artwork is not always technically impressive from an artist's perspective. So here we have next, a lure from one who's got plenty, Marilyn Monroe. And look at it's get it? Real George? A lure? I love that this jerk is like explaining the joke to him. And then here's that baseball player that she was involved with, right? Okay, hold on. Here's this guy again. Look at, and here he is again. Oh, he's smooching her. Who is he smooching? It's just this guy keeps appearing in his bathing suit. I don't understand this. But yeah, I mean, like the colors on this are just beautiful. I am pretty impressed with the quality of this, even if the cover is just totally jacked up. I mean, it's lovely. Chicken fat or chicken nuggies? Chicken fat, bro. Panic number 1 was also banned for a Mickey Spillane parody where the main character and the femme fatale are transvestites. See, I'm like, now I'm thinking I kind of want to collect Panic. Because I'll tell you what, I could get all those early Panic issues for a song. All right. I mean, they're not bad at all price wise, but no, I must focus because I do have to get all the Mad comics. I only have one Mad comic. Yeah. The kissing couple are a reference to the recent movie From Here to Eternity. Excellent. Thank you, Demir, because I would never have understood that. And here's Hindu. Is this like Shane? Oh no, that's that looks like what's his face. Right? Is that what's his face? The president? President what's his face? It continues into the Comics Code Authority. Yeah, how it only did, I thought they only did like 12 issues, right? Here, look at, I got this at my fingertips. Here we go. But yeah, you're right. Look at approved by the Comics Code Authority. That's a cool cover. I really like that. Yeah, so the last four issues, Comics Code, and then it probably became unreadable. I imagine that's why they stopped. Is that kids were like, "Oh, this comic sucks now." Thanks, Mom. Anyway, so here's what I'm gonna read this. Oh, I screwed that up real bad. There we go. Aaron Grimm, are you excited for the Alfred E. Newman pop vinyl? Not really. I'm not going to get it. I don't know. I'm trying not to collect a bunch of extraneous mad stuff. I want to get complete collection of magazine and comics, paperback collection. I am collecting those. And then if I'm feeling really crazy, I'll do the super specials. But outside of that, I don't know. I just can't. I can't fill my house with that stuff. Yeah. So here we go. The other day, your editors got one of those very intimate personal newsletters in the mail. You know, the kind that people who want to be in the know subscribe to. We thought, in the interest of journalism, and so you shouldn't worry about your economic and political future, we'd give you our version of one of these missives. The crippling Washington letter circulated privately to idiots. The crippling Washington grapevine agency. Dear sucker, business has boomed for the past 5 years, reaching an all-time high in sales and profits. At no time in history have we prospered so. I don't think I understand this joke. I thought it was going to be something along the lines of, like putting like thumbing their nose at the people who were getting on their case about the content of their comic book. And because it's not that, I'm less interested. Who did this artwork? Get Lost, the issue that is parodied on the cover. This issue also parodied Hondo, and in fact, this is clearly ripping off Get Lost. Wait, are you being serious? Here, look at it. I have the reprints. Okay. Whoa, what is this cover? This is number 4? Okay, hold on. Wait, no, because Get Lost was new, wasn't it? You're messing with me, man. But look at, now he's messing with me. That's what he's saying. Right? That's what this means when I say, are you messing with me? And he says yes. Or did I ask more than one question? I'm not seeing it, bro. I got one more issue to check. Because I also have all your Get Lost issues. I forgot about these. No, none of these are that's not getting lampooned on this one, dude. I don't know. No, those Get Lost I sent you are reprints of a 1954 Mad ripoff. The real covers are the back. Oh. Okay. I'm starting to understand. I'm an idiot. That's part of my understanding. Anyway, but yeah, so this is just a take on the westerns of the time. Who's the artist on this? This is the other thing that kind of sucks about the golden age. The golden age of comics, not only do they almost never tell you who wrote it, but sometimes they don't even tell you who drew it. You have to like look for the signature. EC Fan Addict Club. I used to not understand people's obsession with EC comics, but the more that I learn about them, the more I definitely understand. It's clearly Wallywood. I know, but I'm ignorant. Don't say it's clear. Don't make me feel bad. It's rude. I'm ignorant. All right. If you listen, I'd like to see you identify Bob Clark. Here's Joe Orlando. I got that one because I read the signature. And I love Joe Orlando. I don't like that's somebody who he worked for Mad too. And I remember seeing him like having written stuff for Mad. I don't know that I would be able to pick out his artwork in a lineup. Now, I did love this, is the Pan mail. And so they have this stuff like this. Panic will never live up to Mad. William McDaniel from Pennsylvania. Not one freaky magazine for sale on eBay. Mark, you got to hit up that Patreon. Here, I'll put it in the chat again. And I don't know if Dalton is still around. I think you can, if you don't want to support the Patreon, right? Because what they do is here. I'm going to go back to that because I want to be. I want people to fully understand. When you see this, it's not per month. This is just when the magazine is produced. So I've been a member of his Patreon for months now, but I only got charged when this issue came out. So there's that, right? So that's the difference with this. And then Andrew will likely sell you back issues. Yes. I think there was, here, I'm going to see, because Dalton Vaughn did his email. It was like andrew@freakymagazine.com. Can I find it? I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. Darn it. But that would be another thing, is if you just hit them up via, here we go. There you go, Mark. Check that out. If you just email him, and you could say like, hey, send me, issues 1 through 5, and he's really cool. He'll tell you how much, and he'll mail them out to you. All right. So that's the other thing. Oh, Slow Poisoner. Yeah, I think he has a website. You're right. Absolutely. Slow Poisoner is something you can do. So much of the Pan mail is pro-Mad. Yeah. Yes. Bradford. Thank you, bro. I appreciate these panics. It's like some of it is pro-Mad, but then it's only anti-panic. There's one. Panic is too silly for an adult to read, let alone a child. I think Panic is great, gone, stupendous, outstanding, marvelous, and the perfect companion to Mad. What an idiot, Michael. If you think it rates with Mad, you're mentally deficient. Oh my gosh. I want to take a photo of that one. Panic is marvelous. I do not enjoy Mad at all. It is a very poor magazine as far as I'm concerned. For a humor magazine, Panic is tops. Most humor comics are dull and childish. Panic is unique. Never did I laugh so much. Rosalie L. Jeans. Yeah, you sound like a hoot. Never did I laugh so much. Mad is infinitely superior. Panic sure has room for improvement. You know? So you got the Chad, John Morse. And then you got the virgin, Rosalie. Yeah, right. Get out of here, Rosalie. Pissing me off. I really enjoy these faces that he's drawn, especially like this guy driving with his magic spaceship thing. I don't know how to describe it. I'll tell you one thing that happens a lot with, well, it's kind of strange because like, it's not all like there's a lot of EC comics that had like just stupendous storytelling with like a, who did I got the Master Race comic from Fantagraphics with, I forget the guy's name. But then you also get stuff like this where it's just like these huge blocks of text and then the illustration down there where it just feels so cramped. And I don't know. But then you have these wonderful panels, right? Where it's just full of art. So you couldn't spread it out a little bit or something? All right, Kyle Bridget, smart guy. Who's this? Who drew this one? Oh, no looking. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for Kyle Bridget to type into the chat. This is what Kyle Bridget gets for hurting my feelings. No, you just cheated. He was supposed to say. Dang it, Demir. Anyway, yeah, it's Jack Davis. And I don't know. I love Jack Davis. It is kind of strange for me to see his artwork. I'm so used to seeing him in black and white. And so to see this in color, it's cool. I really enjoy seeing it in color. Nice, Mark. Excellent. I think you'll enjoy it. If you like Mad, you'll like Freaky. I was going to say that's my guarantee, but I'm not willing to say that. I just think that you'll like it. Yeah, look at this guy. He's leaning on his hand and it's all just squished up face. It really is something to like go through some of these old humor magazines. And I have a fair amount of DC comics, national comics from this era. And I don't know, it's just not as I enjoy them for their historic value. But they are not as kind of visually engaging as panels like these Jack Davis ones. It's not the same. So yeah, I don't know. It's fantastic. And then you have, yeah, the cover is detached. But yeah, that's like the interior pages are just in wonderful condition. Oh, and of course, here you go. Hey, Skinny, your ribs are showing. Whoa, what was it? Oh, I think it's the issue that this Saturday. There's a take on this in the Mad. I forget what it was, but it was it's like this story in the background. But it turns out a lot differently. Turns out a lot differently. What do you think of Mad Kids? I don't know. I never read it. I was beyond. I mean, I think the thing that's difficult with Mad Kids is most kids are going to be like, you're not going to downgrade from Mad to Mad Kids, right? That would be not the right choice to make. And so I was already reading Mad, so the idea of reading Mad Kids had zero appeal to me, zero appeal whatsoever. Here, I got to bag and board this bad boy up. But yeah, Bradford, if you're still watching, man, these Panic ones are just, man, I absolutely love these. Anyway, we got 12 people watching. I got another issue of Panic. I am going to keep this one for the next live stream. Or the next time I do like a live flipping through. I did forget about this. The comedy of Jack Davis. I think I want to go through this rather than an issue of Cracked. It's good for kids. And I guess stupid adults that don't get jokes. Yeah, that is probably true. Yeah, man. Don't know why you didn't keep them. Well, I guess it's like why I don't collect lots of things. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing, right? You know, like somebody just, I think it was Aaron Grimm asked about the Mad Bobble, or not the Mad Bobblehead, the Mad Funko Pop. It's like, I don't know. I don't want it. Why? Because it's not my thing. I don't like them. I don't know. I get that people like them. I kind of understand why people like them, but it's just not my thing. Here, I got to take another drink of water. I'll tell you what, talking nonstop for an hour and a half is not all that easy to do. Well, it's easy to do, but it's not easy on the throat. It gets a little sore. Anyway, this is something I wanted to go through as well. This is the comedy of Jack Davis. I got this from Mort Todd. Whatever, man. He always humbles me, man. When I got this hat, the hat that doesn't fit. Listen, I got to find out, do they make extenders for this for people with big heads? Because I do want to wear this, but maybe it just looks good like that. Maybe I just need to keep it as a prop in my studio. Yeah. That actually, yeah. Yeah, that could be okay, but I think I like powering through it. It is strange that Matt didn't do an issue, Thomas the Tank Engine. Yeah. I think it's because that's like, I don't know. Did they do other things like kids stuff? Original cover art for Cracked magazine number 12, January 1960 by Jack Davis. It's kind of a fun visual gag. No, would have been better. Listen, I don't want to sound like a total a-hole, but probably would be better if Mingo did it, right? That would probably definitely work. Yeah, and then I don't have to go through the humiliating process of ordering a snapback extender. The comedy of Jack Davis, editor Mort Todd, Mark Arnold, associate editor Chet Jasper Reams, contributing editor Cliff Mott, original reprint art director Sylvester P. Smythe, janitor. Dedicated to all the writers, artists, art directors, editors, and publishers who kept Cracked magazine alive for so long. Look at that. Looks like a real slob. So introduction by Bob Stewart. Listen, you guys don't get mad. I know some of you guys get really irritated when I don't know people's names. Should I know who Bob Stewart is? Bro, can I tell you, I do have a lot of hair. All right. And my hair is kind of thick. So that might act like if I cut all my hair off, that might make a difference. It might actually make a difference. I know that when I cut my hair before, this hat was looser significantly. Anyway, so the monster stuff. Yeah, he did a ton of monster stuff. He was quite good at it. I think this is like sort of a history of him. Wait, Casey, you've said nothing this whole time. You just chimed in to make fun of my head. Go bald. All right. I'll take that into consideration. Yeah, I do have a big ass head though. I can't, what am I going to do? I'm going to argue with that. All-weather drive-in movie. These are always fun. These are always a lot of fun to look at. Because Mad would do stuff that sort of reminds me of like a peek behind the scenes where it would be, it's impossible to actually see all of the things, but because of the magic of illustration, you can. I don't. I just read one of the jokes in my brain, so that's not good live streaming etiquette. The Mad novels? You mean like the paperbacks? Yeah, I own a fair amount of those paperbacks. Yes. Yes, clearly. I have this book. I think it's good that this stuff is available anywhere, but the print quality is sadly cheap, and some of the screen tones have unintentional moire patterns from resizing. Yeah, moire is that weird thing, for those of you who don't know, like that Mad hypnotism issue. I think it was Mad number 99. Let's see, Mad number 90. Moire is basically it's this. So what's created here, like you see, I don't know if it's getting how when I move it, it sort of gives an odd pattern, right? These aren't just circles going out; it's intersecting lines. Covering my own beautiful visage. It's done, it happens a lot. You wear a very fine striped shirt, you get moire patterns, but it's not good when you're not doing it intentionally. And I think this is done intentionally because it gives that sort of like weird visual hypnotic thing when the magazine actually moves around. But like I said, it works when it's intentional and it doesn't work when it's not. And yeah, that's Morticia Addams and Gomez Addams, Bradford Smith. Yeah, that's exactly who it is. When it all started. Now, Charles, take the nice gun mommy bought you and go out and play cops and robbers. Do you think it's a good idea exposing your son to violence at such an early age, Miss Luciano? All right, so I thought it was like all together. Are you sure living in a house like this is good for our son, Charles? The Addams family have been living here for centuries. There's been no harm done. I don't know. I don't think he wrote this, so we can't blame him. But it is a lovely illustration. Jack, a penny saved is a penny earned. Remember that to your dying day. Yes, Grandma Benny. Jack Benny's humor. Some Jack Benny jokes. Yeah. That's the shame is that I think this is like pretty close to like self-published, right? I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I think having it is better than not having it. which is, I think, essentially what Kyle Bridget meant in his comment. Especially like somebody like me who is not going, I'm not going to go out of my way and collect cracked magazines. Like when I get them, I keep them and I enjoy them, but I'm not a cracked fan. So I'm not all that interested in going through all of this stuff. I did not. I ordered the hat. I wanted one of those hats to wear. And he threw this in gratis. So, but yeah, I think he's on Facebook and he's very, I've been able to talk to him on Facebook. And that's how I got a hold of him. So he might have more of these, yeah, hit him up. And it's on Amazon. But does Amazon come with a Mort Todd signature? Hey, he misspelled best. I just noticed that. It says Beast Wishes. The hell? Yeah, I mean, just like some of this is so awesome, man. I love the way Jack Davis sets the scene too, like the way that he utilizes the foreground and background. I think some of, I haven't seen it here. I think some of the stuff that he does with in Mad Magazine that I've seen has been like much better. I got that end of there's the John Severin one too. All right, nice. Well, hey man, hold on. Because I got, well, wait. Oh, I thought I had sick. Do I not? I got so much. I got an issue of crazy, and I think I have an issue of sick. So they're in the pile. I think the next live stream, I'll probably go through some of those too. But it's because you're a pervert. All right. That says more about you than it does about his handwriting. Okay. Excellent. You should. I sent one. Yeah, exactly. I have it somewhere. It's in the pile. The sick is in the pile. So here, oh man, it's all glary. Hey, if there's a glare on it, just hit me. Let me know that it looks like crap. Judo. Was judo big back in the day? I always think it's weird when it's like you find out people are like doing martial arts in the 30s. I don't know why. Like whenever I hear about that, I'm like, really? They knew how to kick stuff? Oh, I'll tell you one thing. I have no idea why, but I really love those old illustrations of scuba divers with the aqua lung. The skin diver in his suit. I don't know why. It's just fascinating to me. I love all these like little details. Like he has like the little dagger and a scabbard and everything. And I don't know. It's just fun to look at. This is one that was, I don't know, painted or something. Done with a brush, probably, not painted. For the man who has nothing. 25-pound bag of cigarette butts. Oh, cigar butts. A real dime for a cup of coffee. A one-way ticket to Siberia. A reserved seat on a freight car. Wool crying towel for rubbing eyes. Portable hallway for sleeping in. A solid brick wall to bang head against. And reading material. How to be an eye cash clothes. What? I don't understand that. What he says, why was I born? Live alone and like it. Hard luck stories you can tell. But especially for the man who has nothing. A year's subscription to Cracked, the perfect gift for the offbeat type. Oh, I love that. This is a very cool ad. just on better paper. Oh, okay. So these are reprints that were already collected, and it's just on higher quality paper. All right. Mark, it's great to have you here, man. I speak for everybody. Ever read Phoebe? It was like Mad Magazine by Jay Lynch. No. Like, listen, like most things you nerds talk about, no, I haven't heard of it. I haven't read about it. This is the #1 Mad Magazine news review and interview channel. All right. Jeez Louise. What's the worst issue of Mad in your opinion? Oh man, I don't even know. I haven't even read them all. I'll think about that though. Yeah. The realistic children's games. Cops and robbers with real cops. Hopscotch with real scotch. Pin the tail on a donkey with real donkey. Blind man's bluff with real blind man. Johnny on a pony with a real pony. Monopoly with real money. Dart throwing with poison darts. Hide and seek with real hides. Oh, I love that. That's very fun. Civil War facts. I'm going to go through this a little bit more quickly. Oops. Phoebe and the chat moves. Phoebe and the pigeon people. I've never heard. Well, listen, thank you, Demir. I'm glad that somebody else is in my camp. Oh, this is everything in the Jack Davis Special Edition was written by Paul Lakin. Oh, is that by chance or is that by design? That's my question. Is it by chance or by design? Or is it like they just work together all the time? Is it like, they were just a good team? There's a riot at the newsstand whenever Cracked comes out. I really like that they reprinted the ads. I get a kick out of the house ads. I don't know why. I just really enjoy it. Peter Goon, obviously a parody of the TV show that I've never heard of. So he was the sole writer at Cracked when Jack Davis was there for the most part. The sole writer? My God. Now, I did talk to Mort Todd. I need to set up a time to interview him. It'll probably be at the end of April, and I want to do it on a live stream. I'll see what he feels about that. I imagine not everybody wants to do a live interview. But yeah, so I can, I think it'll be a lot of fun to talk to him, learn about Cracked, because I truly know nothing about Cracked magazine. And I'm not, you guys know, I'm not being falsely modest. You know how little I know, right? So what? We only got 6 likes on this video. Hey, make sure to hit that thumbs up, fellas. And lady, I don't know, maybe there's a lady in the audience. But hey, please make sure to hit the thumbs up as you are watching this. It helps the algorithm. All right. Al Gore worked really hard to help promote this channel, and you got to help him help me. I'm just sort of ripping through this one. Here we go. Cartoons of the year. This is like, I'm warning you, no missionary, no dessert. That's my son, the doctor. I think there's something in this late. I did I put it back. I did Mad number 43 or 45. That's the one that's coming out tomorrow. And there was a few things where I was like, I can't read this out loud. I'll be reported to YouTube and get a channel strike. My analyst doesn't understand me. That's so interesting that it was all written by one person. The Searcher, first in a series of portraits of modern man. My name is Arnold. Let's zoom in. I'm interested in The Searcher. My name is Arnold. I'm in analysis. It's not that I'm neurotic. Pretty well-adjusted guy. My mother loved me as a child. I don't hate my father. I feel no hostility toward nobody. I'm a pretty healthy guy. I relate well to the opposite sex. I have no trouble making decisions. I don't want to write a novel. I never have migraine. I don't want to write a novel. I'm very affectionate. I have a lot of patience. I don't try to be what I'm not. I blame myself when I do things wrong. I think sex is clean and wholesome. I tell you, I'm mature. I'm satisfied with things as they are. I like my job and the laundry. I feel secure. I have confidence in myself. I like people. I think that life is beautiful. My problem is, what's wrong with me? I want to see a formal, mad, cracked debate with Doug Guilford and Tom Smith. Listen, that brings up a very important point that Mr. Little Cozy Nostril, Kyle Bridget, has brought up before, which is doing things like live streams where we have debates, not only about mad versus cracked, but also having a debate about Dave Berg. Right. So one person argues pro Dave Berg and the other person is against Dave Berg. And I am the impartial judge. Yeah. That would be fun. I'm up for it. That'd be pretty cool. In the octagon. Yes. That would be, listen, we'll see. I'd like to teach Patrick all about all the magazines, including the obscene ones. I said a court case. A court case. Yeah. What did I say? Not at you with a stupid wig. I would do that. I would get a wig. I want a wig. Yeah. We could have a court thing. And you would call it, I would say, you guys would have to refer to me as Your Honor if you're making your arguments. And I would hold you in contempt for different things, even though I don't really know what that means. Listen, now I'm going on this one. This is, I think, the last part that I'll look at, which is Band-Aids for weird color skin. I really like this because it's not people. For hairy skin, for freckled skin, for pockmarked skin, for sunburned skin, for hivey skin, for tattooed skin, for varicose vein skin, and for dirty skin. I love that. Anyway, I think I am pretty close to wrapping things up at this point. Aaron Grimm asks, how do you store your Mad magazines? I have a binder which is getting heavy and pretty full. I don't have a box near me. I have magazine-sized comic boxes, and I use these things. They're bags and boards. You can get them at any comic shop. I buy fancy ones that have like an adhesive attached already, but it's just a little piece of cardboard and plastic. That's it. And you put it in there and it keeps them nice and flat. It keeps them protected. If you go to any comic shop, if you have any comic shop near you and you say, I need magazine-sized bags and boards, they will know exactly what you're talking about and they will give them to you for a price. Same with the magazine box. They're just wider. They're kind of short, but I think you can easily store 100 Mad magazines in them. So that's how I do it. Every single Mad I have is bagged and boarded. So yeah. As much as I shit on that book, it's still, yeah, this book. Well, I mean, it's not, listen, there is, I don't think you were overly cruel or rude. You know, it's like when you reprint things and when you resize things, it can screw them up. And I think that knowing that before you get into it, that's good to know. So I don't know. I don't think that's a problem, what you said. You would win when it comes to Mad, though, Doug. We could complement each other with our respective knowledge. I wish Doug was here so he could accept. Thank you, Patrick and the gang. Loved the stream. Mark, thank you guys for coming in. Staples, have them for cheap. Oh, bags and boards? Excellent. Tom Smith, thank you for stopping by, man. I really appreciate that. Kyle Bridget, thank you for coming by. Sketchy Works, thank you, sir. Who else? Oh, wait, Doug Guilford is here. I know nothing about Crash, so Tom would win. No, I know, but you got to debate. You have to be like, listen, you're garbage and Cracked is garbage. I want you to be as rude as possible. Anyway, no, I'm being silly. Casey Ori, thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate it. Who else? I don't know. I think there are some people at the beginning, but I can't get to the beginning fast enough. So if you're tuning in now or later, thank you so much. Please hit like and subscribe and do the wait, it's a lot. Anyway, leave a comment maybe if you're watching this later. I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers by when? My birthday, which is in May, and I'm like 6 away, which feels pretty darn good. Anyway, if you want to support me, this is where my final push. Hit like, subscribe, comment, or visit patreon.com. If you're like, hey, I value this, it's worth money to me. I don't understand it, but I accept. So you can support me there. When you do, you get a free set of stickers that I mail out as soon as possible. With that, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.